Hello, good day and welcome to today's algorithm. In today's algorithm, we'll be looking at sales by March. Sales by March is a popular algorithm that beginners and even intermediates find difficult to solve. And I've come with a very easy way to go about it, step-by-step way to be able to solve the algorithm. It's a beginner-friendly algorithm, and I'll be walking you through how to easily go about it. So let's just jump into it. There is a large pile of socks. So I'll be reading the questions, then give you how I'm going to approach it before I will solve the algorithm, right? So I'll be reading out the question now. There's a large pile of socks that must be paired by color. Given an array of integers representing the color of each socks, determine how many pairs of socks with matching colors there are. Example, n equal to 7, ar equal to array of numbers. So that n is the length of the array. If you count this array, you see that it's 7. Okay. There is one pair of color 1, as you can see, one here, and one of color 2, one here, one here. There are 3 odd socks left. It means if you remove this pair of 1, remove this pair of 2, what we are left with is 1, 3, 2. So it means we have just 2 pairs there. That is what it is. So the function description, complete the socks merchant function in the editor below. Socks merchant has the following parameters. N, integer, the number of socks in the array, I've said it, the length. Then array, the color of each socks. So we have to return the number of pairs. So based on this example, I already know how to go about it, how to approach it. It's the same thing. If you look at this example here, you can see 10, 10. 10 is in 4 places. 20 is in 2 places. So we have pair, pair, and pair. Others are not pairs. So we have 3. This one will return 3. So in order not to waste your time, let's just jump into it and I will explain to you how I'm going to solve this algorithm. Let's go. Now, based on the question, we already know the length of the array is n, and we just need to now check in our array which of these number are the same, and when they are the same, how many times are they the same? Like how many times do you have 1, how many times do you have 2, just as we have it here. So my approach to this is to first of all, I'm going to declare an object, because object is very easy to be able to know the occurrence of a number. You can use objects to be able to track the occurrence of a number. So first thing I'll do is to declare an object, because what I would like to say is that solving algorithm and getting used to it is all about doing it every day, because if I've not been doing algorithms, it's possible that it will not come to my mind, or it will not occur to me to actually know that I need to, like, what objects can do for me. There are a lot of things that objects can do for me, and one of the things is to keep track of counting. If I want to count something, I can keep track of it. It's no object is a key value pairs, so it's very easy to track counting. So first of all, I'll declare an empty object. So I'll say let pair count cons. I'll say cons pair count equal to an empty object, right? Because I want to track it. So I'll say let pairs PS equal to 0, because this is what I want to be increasing, so that we are going to return. The pair count is to know the occurrence of each number, whereas the pairs is to now count those occurrence of those numbers, the pairs of those numbers counted. So the next thing to do is to loop through. I'll give you the step-by-step way on how to go about this. I don't want to waste your time, but then you can still follow along the way I'm trying to solve it. First of all, you know that you need to track these pairs. So we are using object to track the pairs. As I said earlier, object is easier to track counting. You can read more about objects as you need to understand more about JavaScript. Okay, so now I will look through AR for let's I equal to 0, I is less than, no, we already know the length, so I just say I is less than n, then I plus plus. Okay, so now I say let's sub equal to array I. So what I've just done here is to assign each as the loop, as we are looping, ARI is each value in this array. Now it means each value, so we are assigning it to sock. So anywhere we see sock, it means that it's each value that we have in our array is the sock. So now I want to now do the counting to know the counting of the pairs, like to know the occurrence of each number. Now that we want to do now. So the best way to do it is to compare the objects that we have declared, then pass the value to it. Like the value of each value in the array, we are now passing it to the object we declared to be able to know the occurrence of each number. This is the best approach to this, like to track the numbers. This will be in parentheses because we want it to be considered first. If you know the law of Bodmer's, you understand what I'm saying, or 0 plus 1. So what this will do for us is that if socks, let's say socks does not, like socks only occur, let's say socks does not even occur at all, then it will assign 0 to it. But if there's a value here, like it occur 1, 2, or 3 times, it will keep on adding 1 to it. So you keep on increasing it. If there's none, it will just add 0 to it. Instead it will return 0, or it will continue adding 1. This is what this function will do for us. Like this variable we assign to pair socks here will do for us. It will increase the value that has been seen before. Like if the value has already existed, it will add 1 to it. If the value has not existed before, it assigns 1 to it. If the value does not exist at all, it assigns 0 to it. So that is what is going on there. So now I will say if this increment, what we are incrementing, now we have increment this that we are incrementing, the modulo of 2 of it is equal to 0. If it's equal to 0, then we can increment PS plus plus. then we can return pairs. I think I will explain again. Return pairs. So here may be confusing a little bit. There are other ways to, I can say if this, but this is just the best practice, the best way to go about it. Here what happens is that, you know, we have board mass, right? And you know, board mass is like, it considers what is inside the parentheses first. That is the first consideration. It's consider what's inside the parentheses before thinking about something else. So what that means is that when this is looping in the first index, which is 1, what happens is that it assigns 1 to it because it actually exists value in the first index, so it adds 1, right? Now in the second index, when it loops to the second index 2, then it registers 2 as a key, and the value will now be the count. The value will now be the counts, the occurrence of that key. So what you see here is that 1 will be a key, 2 will be a key, 3 will be a key. So the occurrence will now be the value. The occurrence, how many times did 1 occur? 2 times or 3 times will now be the value of that key. That's the object works. That's how the object works. So now let's run our code to see if we are even on the right track. Okay, good. Our test case passed. Let's run the full code to see if it passes. Awesome. So like a recap, let me go through it again, what we have done. So as the loop is looping, now the first index has value, so what happens here is that it will keep on increasing the occurrence of those numbers. So after it has increased it will now try to divide it by 2. Can I divide this by, after it has added 1 to that number, can I divide it by 2? If it's possible to divide it by 2, then that is what we are looking for. So it's modulo. Modulo is used to confirm if a number can be divided by 2, or if that a number can be divided without a reminder. That is what we use modulo to do. So I believe you are able to understand what we have done here. And if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section and I will see how I can help you. Yeah, thank you and see you in the next challenge.